I'm Jenni Carlson here with Nathan Ruiz. We're in Fort Worth, where Oklahoma State has concluded its regular season with a 31-24 loss to TCU. Nathan, Cowboys get bowl eligible with a big win last week against West Virginia. This week, just come out very, very flat, and you can point to a lot of different things, but I think you got to start with the offense, don't you?
Yeah, it's kind of been the story of their season, just a roller coaster, up and down. Taylor Cornelius seemingly off tonight. A very similar performance to maybe what we saw out of him against Kansas State. Unable to throw a touchdown pass, does rush for 2 touchdowns, throws an interception at the end of the first half, but OSU ends up with 280 yards of offense, their fewest since that Texas game in 2014, which is the last game before Mason Rudolph started. So it's a disappointing game, one that OSU had the opportunity to build some momentum heading into bowl season. Instead, the roller coaster kind of continues.
Yeah, and they just really didn't seem to have much energy, much just really any good vibes early on, especially run game, not much there, pass game, not much there. When they finally got started, they dug such a big hole after an early turnover for a touchdown to start the second half. They put their defense in a lot of tough spots. They put themselves in a lot of tough spots. They'd really just dug too big of a hole to climb out of.
Yeah, they were down 24-3 at one point. They're down only 7-3 at halftime, but like you mentioned, a backwards pass, Chuba Hubbard doesn't catch it, ends up on the ground. TCU recovers and returns it for a touchdown. Then another quick score from the Horned Frog. So OSU finds itself in a 21-point hole. Largest comeback in school history is only 20 points, which only 20 points. But OSU now finds itself then in a battling back from there. Just didn't go well for them. Able to get a couple leg scores, get within a touchdown a couple times, but just unable to work all the way back. TCU able to get bowl eligible. Big 12 does end up filling all 7 of its bowl slots, so now OSU's bowl destination a little bit up in the air.
Well, before we talk about bowls momentarily, which we really don't have any good idea where that's going to be, as you think about these 12 games, Nathan, there's obviously a new quarterback, new defensive system. Give us your thoughts at the end of this regular season, where this team, this program stands with all those changes.
It's hard to know. You know, I think Jim Knowles sees a lot of progress defensively. He believes that this is a team that hasn't won yet because of its defense, but that it can be. He's seen these flashes of moments, and today's game had some of those, but Jalen Reagor breaks off an 83-yard run, so not everything is perfect for them, but this was a really solid performance from the OSU defense, though it did come against an offense that had really struggled recently in TCU. But I think it's a program that believes it's trending in the right direction, will take a lot of advantage, I think, of these bowl practices. Tylan Wallace talked about postgame how big the bowl practices were for him last year, and to now building a Bolitnikov campaign. So OSU now has the opportunity with some of its other young guys to get out there, give them opportunities throughout those bowl practices and prepare for next season.
What do we think about bowl destination for the Cowboys? As you mentioned, every Big 12 spot will be filled. The pecking order as far as finish doesn't determine where they're going to land bowl-wise, but do you have a sense of where the Cowboys might go?
It's really tough to know. I think it's up to any of 4 places. OSU, interestingly, ends up finishing 9th in the Big 12 based on tiebreakers, tied with Kansas State and Texas Tech, both of whom beat the Cowboys, but neither of whom is bowl eligible. So OSU, if they get lucky and the Texas Bowl really likes them, which you could argue OSU has that brand. They did beat Texas and West Virginia. They could end up in the Texas Bowl. Beyond that, they could end up in the Liberty Bowl in Memphis, the Cheez-It Bowl in Phoenix, and worst case scenario, they end up right back out here in the Armed Forces Bowl. So OSU does have a few different options. I think that things will maybe get some clarity depending on how the rest of the Big 12 sorts out, whether OU makes the playoff, whether Texas wins the title game and ends up with the Sugar Bowl spot. So there's a lot still be determined in all this, but I think as of right now, OSU is just happy to be in a bowl game and have the opportunity to get those practices.
All right, we'll know for sure next Sunday, a week from today-ish, where the Cowboys are headed, who they're going to play. But